Welcome to the Hampshire 1900 start for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. And we're picking up on the 18th of May 1944, which I think is about 6 months on from the end of the last part. And in this part, what I want to do is shift the focus towards upgrading track and, more importantly, planning some new connections that I think are starting to become quite important. But first, I'm just going to give you a bit of an update of where we are. I'm going to start with research because I've already kicked off the research of nuclear fuel. And if I show you what remaining research to do with nuclear power, you can see that in 1945 we get reactor, 1946 we get a nuclear power plant. Then I think we get a bit of a hiatus with respect to research after that until we get into about the 1950s. So research is going to go quiet again. Now, if you watch the previous part, I finally managed to make the connection here after a lot of faffing around. And if I can find you can see that everyone's happy now here. So that makes a big difference. One thing I have added is a technical office here, because during the winter I realized that some of these roads were not being cleared very well, and I think it's time to think about upgrading some of these roads as well. We've got a pollution meter here just to kind of show you. Before, while we had no proper drainage, there was massive amounts of pollution here. You can see that's all been cleaned up a bit, and that's also lifted our overall health, and more importantly, it's kind of pushed up our happiness a tiny amount more. The other thing that we've got going in here is I've got the new track builder, and I've put the old track builder into here because I don't really want to pay to scrap it, and I might want to use it a little while in there. I did make a slight mistake in the fact that this track builder actually needs coal, so I had to do a bit of a kludge, because of course we got a coal drop off there. And what I did was I put this free natural spring in. I think Novu made it, and all it is it produces about 10 cubic meters of water per day, but that is just delivering enough water down to here to keep this kind of construction office going in the short term. The reason I didn't bother to put any other more advanced infrastructure in was simply down to the fact that sooner or later this is going to go to diesel fuel powered construction trains anyway. So if we go over to Milford-on-Sea, again, there's been a few minor changes here, but beyond that there's not that much going on. One thing I did notice when I was doing the pre-video check was that there was no coal conveyor belt connection to the cement plant here, so I had to kind of kludge in this. It's not very good, but it's getting there. The other thing also is that we've now got a working road crew here. This is just basically building the gravel roads at the moment. I didn't bring in the asphalt guys here because over in Eastleigh I'm going to build I'm building a paver and a roller so that this area can get a bit set up. I am going to, I think we'll connect that through now so that we got that little bit of road there done. I'm not that inclined at the moment to bring this lot online because I don't think we've got a power supply at the moment. I think we still need this built. I think, well, that's not actually listed as, okay, let me just, the road connection not done. Okay, so because I was building that footpath, so we'll build that in there. What I've also done is, because we were getting a bit of a labour shortage here for construction, I've shut down the coal mine here, and for some reason which I didn't notice is that I had two of these actually running with workforce in, which we don't really need at the moment because we've got 5,000 tons of gravel there, and we got kind of oh okay, so we've actually got workers in here now producing coal. Wow, okay. What I can do now is come here and put that guy back onto the coal mine. We don't really need 2 buses. 1 bus will do quite well. Yeah, that's literally auto started by itself with the coal production here. Because of course this footpath here has been connected through. I need to do something about getting the asphalt plant online, but that means I've got to import bitumen, Doncaster flats. I've got no idea where Doncaster flats are, but if they're flats they should have good fire coverage. Yeah, but the moment the demand for asphalt round here is not high until we start actually asphalting out some of these roads, which we will be doing eventually, but at the moment it's not particularly that much of a priority. TV station is going really well. It's keeping everybody happy. I think we've now topped out our loyalty, so we can't really get any further than that. I did have a problem, I think it was here. I had a lot of workforce here that weren't connected into the overall process, and what I've done now is I put a little footpath in here. That means I've got a lot more workers out here going out to factories here, so that should help. Stop production, yeah, that's okay. Now if we go to Eastleigh, again there's not that much going on, but we will be looking at extending the track. But first I've got a little bit of a job I want to do here. Now this is something which I kind of discovered in the community research game that I played, where I was producing crops, and that's to do with livestock sheds and producing bio waste. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to do is give it a go here. Now what we got to do is make sure that it has a water supply. And this will look slightly odd, but I think if I put you there, I think we only need a mud road there because there's not going to be any new traffic going through here. And what we're going to do is put livestock in. Now livestock farms, if I remember correctly, livestock ranges don't actually produce any pollution, but they do need water, and of course they need sewage. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find the waste. We're going to put a small claw dump in, or should I put a large one in? Now I think we'll just put a small one in. Try and get the actually that fits quite nicely there. And what happens is a livestock range produces really large amounts of bio waste, and what we're going to be doing is turning that into, and this is very much an experiment. Okay, this has got 1.5 clouds, so that would be about 500 meters, wouldn't it? Although to be honest, the composting plant isn't exactly going to be running 24/7, but how far is that? So really we need to get the composting plant as far this way as possible. It's about as far as we can get it. So put you there. Now this needs chemicals. I don't think it actually stores that much in the way of chemicals, does it? Where is it? It says only 2 mind you, it's 2 tons of chemicals, 0.75, 0.75, so that's what, a tenth of a ton of chemicals per day at maximum production. I think what I might do is just tuck in a small, what we call it, storage, but the smallest barn that we've got. Okay, what we got here, that needs bricks. We'll go cheapo. Right, so we're going to put you just in there, make sure we got enough space there. I'm going to bring you in there, and then you can come in there. We're going to have to bring a workforce down here by bus, I think, because 400 meters, this is about the limit, it's about how far people can travel. So, and then what we're going to have out this side is another claw dump. We put a where's the rail line? It's over there. I think what I might do, I'm going to put a claw dump in here with railway. It's not in an ideal position, but I think I can tilt you. I'm not saying that I'm going to build it, because we'd have to run a very long spur to get to it. The alternative would be go that way, but we've got so much junk here that we wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just going to go with that, I think, and get this built. And the idea is we're going to produce fertilizer here. I mean, there's a possibility that we're over here. How flat's the land? The land's reasonably flat. With a little bit of leveling, we could put another farm out here. So what we could do is possibly in this area, actually. So if we got a farm, that means we're going to put a silo in, and then what we would need to do is actually connect it by rail. So that would make sense. So we're gonna give the this a little bit of a run for its money. I think what I might do is see if I can fit in a 4-point cargo station there as well. So maybe we'll just do that and run you into there. So this is going to be our ordinary fertilizer supply system. So that is kind of most of the things that I need to do. So what we're going to do now is start looking at doing the track upgrades. In the last part, we made this gap here. And what I want to do is put in the electric rail connector here. Because, of course, eventually this is going to be an electrified main line. So actually, what I will do is we will might as well, that's not connected, that's no good. And we're just make sure that's connected up. Actually, we're going to need to electrify this, so we might as well just do it while I'm thinking about it. And we're electrify it into here. Might as well do this junction here as well. And we've got a problem here. Don't think we need to worry too much about that at the moment. So this is just me being a little bit optimistic. Just make sure everything has got the necessary connections. Seems to be, oh no, that's the connections to there. I want some nice long runs here for the trains, so we're just gonna, that will be the travelator thingy here. Just gonna put a mud road in for the moment because this road might move over time. So at the moment our track here is being upgraded. Let's just see what our friend here is doing. What are you actually upgrading? You're finishing off doing these upgrades. And then what that would mean is we'll have this connection to here. And we can actually, I think that we'll keep this bit simple. Oh, well, we can't do that just yet until he's laid that track. And we'll electrify into here. So I think at the moment this is an easy bit of upgrade. Okay, so we've now finished our research, and yeah, I think this is going to be an easy upgrade. I think the fun's going to start over here in Warstock, and this is where we're going to be concentrating for the rest of the video, because there's a couple of things I want to do, but because at the moment this guy doesn't have any work at all to do, and it's a waste of time and resources. So what we've done so far is we've electrified through to here. Now what I want to do to begin with is get to here, but what I want is we've got this crossover here, and what I want is we got the train that can come out of here. Let me just look at the signals. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is put, oops, no, make this two-way. I don't know why that's so far away like that. This needs to be two-way as well. Let's have a look at this one. This needs to be two-way. So what we're going to do is create something where the train can come out here. So it's going to run through here, mix route here, because the two pickup points we're currently using is over here and over here. So this train's going to come through here. It can get into here, and then it can run along this line here. When it comes back, it can get to this line and get back onto this track and come back the other way. We tell the game to electrify that bit of track. Right, let's just get the... Oh, well, he's already detected it. Okay, good. Just going to follow him just to make sure. And of course, you can see compared to the old train, this one's can move quite quickly. And that's the reason why I wanted to use this train, because we're going to need that speed to get things done as relatively quickly as possible. And what you should do is come in here, and you should go so what we're going to get that done, hopefully the trains from here, it's not complaining. So at the moment these only deliver fuel and bricks, so I mean there will possibly be times when we're have to stop deliveries. Now the next thing I want to do is that we laid this track out, and in the last part we decided that our what we call it, our steel mill was going to be out this way somewhere. Can't remember where it was now. Oh, over here. So this area now is not quite so important. So what I want to do is, again, we're going to use the new track here. I'm going to remove these signals and push them back. Take off this first. Here, and put the track back, signals back in again. So there's a isolated junction here. Now what I'm thinking is that I don't want to go too close to here, because we may want to expand into this area, but at the same time I want this to run out here like this with a, and I think I actually did all the kind of connections and running bits here. Okay, so we've got two sets of merging track here now. Something like this. If we do like that, and then if I can trim this back a little bit, maybe I don't want to trim it back too far because I don't want it to be too much under the bridge. We will accept that track. Why is that not? Okay, this is not electrified. Okay, so what we need to do is make sure all this is electrified, and then that means I can then remove these. We got a long run in down into here, and what I want you to do is either come like that and hook into there, and that leaves plenty of track here for us to take off other bits and pieces should we need it, like that. Now the next thing, now that means we can run supplies down to here. This has got the potential to export panels and gravel out using that way, but what we need to do now is kind of measure back. I have to measure back at least 100. Whoops, the game, remember, I haven't measured in since I loaded. So if we get back to about these trees here and take off the track like that, run you fairly close to this track, run you in a curve like that, and then what we're going to need is I want about we want enough so that trains here won't get stuck, so we're talking about coming up to about there. So come to there. Oh, we've got a broken vehicle. We'll have to check that out. And then you will come into here because there's a possibility that we will have fairly long trains coming into here. So if we can do something like that, right, let's just see what that, where's the broken vehicle? Okay, what have we got here? Let's have a quick pause. I don't want him running off. Okay. Have you not? Oh, we haven't connected up that. That's my fail. Right, I've got a spare bus here. If we erase the line here, put you onto there, go back to the broken vehicle, pick you up, and what are you? Yeah, you're 100% wear and tear. Okay. You up to there, and we will send you to the scrapyard. Where are you? Erase the line. Right, so all related vehicles. That's bus stop 2. So put you into there. You won't have any fuel, but we can fix that. Wow. Okay, we've got 2020. Okay, copy you into there. And then, actually, why did I do that? Just remove all these. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to sort out the fuel situation here. Okay, get rid of you. I'll put you. Actually, we'll buy some new ones. And you can go to there. And we need some fuel trucks, oil tankers. Total capacity 5 tons. Is that it? Let's see what we've got in the way. That's 48 kilometers. That's 6 tons. Okay. We'll get a couple of those in there, and they will deliver the fuel. Actually, I think what we will do is put oops. Just bought one. Okay, that'd be fine. So we've now got this area going here. Let's just skip back to what's going on here. These guys are going along quite nicely now. Putting that together. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the very slow pace of my... Okay, so we're now building the barber. And I think they've actually picked up the pace a little bit here. And we've got an open trailer now in here. And we are building the actual barber green, what we call it here. Okay. While we're thinking about it, is the downside of using these things is that these do not really have the capabilities that I would like. The pickup from here is not particularly very good. Yeah, we'll just build one more and stop production. I think we've got more than enough kind of vehicles tucked in here. We've got what we've got in here. We've got dumpers, few dumpers. We've got a covered hole, and we've got a YAG 10 open trailer as well. So I think we've got enough in there to be going on with. Let me just see if our chopper train here is... He's actually doing quite well. If he gets to here, we can then push to here. And then what that will be is we can then go into this area here. And hopefully if this line is functioning, we could or would it be better to actually upgrade this track side of the track first? I think we'll get to here. In fact, I think what we will do is just check the signals again here. Mixed, and I'll just make this one into a mixed as well, just in case that the train needs to get through here. I think what we'll do is we'll upgrade through to here. We'll go the whole hog and come to there, and then it gets a bit ropey on this section here. Right, what was that? Milford-on-Sea, garbage collectors. The game has an obsession with burning down garbage collectors. I don't know if that's a bias within the game, but while we're here also, this is slowly coming together. Right, so let's just get back to over here, because I want to see if our this has been finished here. Let me just see. No, we've got one bit left. Have you got a bit of a problem, mate? Oh, oh no, he's just coming down now. See if he's... Because if he builds this bit, we can then get the train going out this way to electrify all the way to here. And then means we can then start pushing out this way. Let me just see. Right, so I'm just going to keep an eye on our little train here, laying the track. I think he's getting there. Okay, so the next thing I want to think about is back over here, because we've got this underway coming down into here. Now, part of me is starting to think about the possibility that we could use this to move coal, because I've been thinking about South Sea here, which could get quite developed over time. Oh, was this finished? Okay, this is finished. Good. Get rid of you. Now, we won't want to export coal here, but what I'm thinking is that if we got South Sea down here, which could become quite a big place, we could, by necessity, need to put in a coal-fired heating. And what I'm thinking is that rather than kind of using a multitude of trucks to come down to here, what we can do is, if I put in, so we've got this coal yard here, and we've got this little rail track here coming in here. What I'm thinking is come here. This is aggregate loading. So if we, for example, put in, say, an aggregate loading place here. Of course, what we're going to need is a what would we need for an aggregate loading point of view with conveyors? We won't need a massive storage. 2,000 tons. That's a bit over the top, isn't it? I think 650 would be fairly adequate. And if we say we put you there and then put a conveyor from okay, we're gonna have to problems the roads a little bit. Oh, we can get it in. If we can get it there, that gives us the road connection to there. Bring you down to here like that. Put you into there like that. That will give us an ability to, and what we can do is come here, remove these signals here for the moment. Nope, it's too close. It's snapping to I think what we'll do is we'll just keep it simple, because in an aggregate train coming into here isn't going to be massive. And so that means we need a chain signal there and an out signal there. And because really the only train that's going to be picking up from here is for coal supplies to, say, here, possibly Fareham, although Fareham will have its own potential coal over here. Let me just see what we've got in the way of coal over here. I don't really want to build a coal mine. We've got a 59% there, and yeah, we've got two pretty good strong coal sources here, which we could then export round to there. Yeah, yeah, I think we'll keep it this way, and then we'll just keep it down to a relatively simple position there. Now, if we're building South Sea here, what we're talking about is it's going to be a very short distance for so it's going to be quite a big investment, but at the same time I think it will be reliable, because it will need to be able to depend on here. Let's just see what kind of NAF heating we've got here. This is 40 large. You're 210, you're 240. We've got modern industry again. That's 28 tons. This is 26 tons for more power, more heating. I think what we're going to do is, if 26 tons for a heating plant is 750 meters, isn't it? So say we're going to build South Sea here. This is gonna be planning on steroids, to be honest. So we're talking about putting the heating plant about here, aren't we? If we got, no, it's probably, it won't go that far. If we, so let me cancel that. Say we've got South Sea coming along here. You're quite literally talking about heating plant about there, which could be useful, because we were talking about possibly, what have we got here? Cargo harbour medium. That's probably not in a very good place. Let me just remove you. Can we put the cargo harbour here? Because we're going to, was it, the plan was to export stuff over to there. What's the coal situation in, right, so if I can put a cargo harbour out here, move it over a little bit more like that. That puts it in closer range of there. And what we're talking is a heating plant. So we build South Sea along here. Maybe we'll make it into a little bit of a strip type city, laid out along the coastline back down towards South Sea. So if we do that, and we come, so we're talking, let me just put the heating plant in, but we're not going to build it. Unless, of course, because we're on 1944, so we've got 14 years to go. So if I put in a large heating plant, say about there, about here. How should we put it? Because this we could bring this, because we got the tramway here. So yeah, well, we could be a bit sneaky here. So if I put the heating plant there, let me just measure. I mean, the heating plant actually is intermediate, isn't it? So we could possibly move it a little bit closer, because heating plants only work during the winter. Yeah, I'm forgetting that. So we come, yeah, say 600 meters there. So say, for example, I put the heating plant, the large heating plant, about there. We'll gamble on the connections, and then what we can do is we'll put again, we really just need a small aggregate store. Can I flip that the other way? Yeah, so we'll put the small aggregate store about here in the middle of nowhere. We can put a rail on. Wow, that's big. It's a bit too big. That's loading. Where's the unloading? Loading. I think if we put you, it's a bit over the top, to be honest. We're only talking about delivering. I think if we put you in something like that, because it's only really going to be one train coming in here from time to time to keep this topped up. So if and it's only needs to be a straight in branch. So if I do something like that, run you along like that, and run you into there, run you up. No, don't want that. Don't like that. This track's gone a little bit wonky just there. Do something like that. Just want to check the length of here, because I need 150 meters. That's 137. It's a little bit too short, because I don't want to restrict the what we call it, that's horrible, bit of track there. So I think, yeah, maybe we will come off about here like that, run you, oops, again we're going to keep it all electric. That's another 60, so we can run you round like that, you to there, and eventually this will become the heating plant there. And what we'll do is, we've got the tram line coming out here, so we need a tram station, a vehicle repair. Where's the tram station? Bus stops. We need a small. So what we'll do is we'll just extend the road here. We can put in a small tram stop there. Oh, that's a point. Tram to railroad connector. We can do something here as well, actually. Right. No tram track. Road with tram track. Right. You can come here. And what I'm going to do is we're going to run a Yeah, it's something I'd forgotten all about, actually, to be honest. And what we're going to do is put in something here. Put you there. Like that. Actually, that's way too long. Just delete you. Doesn't have to be. I mean, there's no point spending lots of money on expensive track. Although, so what we can do is put this in here. Tram to railroad connector there. Angle you that way slightly. And then what we can do is we've got this connection here. And what we can do is it's got to be electric. That's too close. It's horrible junction. I mean, this is basically what that does is it gives us the ability to restore trams and send trams out to here without having to transport them on the back of trucks. So what will happen is this will be the tram connector to this area here, which means if I actually built a tram depot yet? No. So what we're going to need is a tram depot. That's a tram in station with the tram drop-off point there. We're come here, depot, tram depot times 8. I think we only need a tram depot times 4. And what we can do is just tuck you in there. And I put a fire station in here. That's the water filtration plant. Chemical plant. Let me just have a quick look. Get the game to tell me. Where are you? Okay, we got the fire station there. So that would provide more than enough coverage when it's built to cover that. So this would be our tram depot. Looks like there needs to be a road connection in here somewhere. Okay. What are you? You're some kind of pickup, so you need to come like that. You're just a service road to the warehouse there, so that would be quite adequate. All this needs to be built, and it's too short for the magic excavators, so let me just find the where are you? These guys. You can wend your way all the way out here and build that, and probably you can build that as well while you're at it. That's probably a bit too short as well. If you've got nothing else to do. I'm still kind of half working on this area, actually. I keep kind of coming back to it. I think because I mean, we're not exactly short of oil at the moment, but if these guys have got okay, you're only on maintenance, so you can put you there. How much have we got here? Yeah, so actually that's got everything on site. That's got everything on site. That's got everything on site as well. So's that. Okay. I'm not sure if we got power out here, but what I can do is, again, where's my super team? There they are. You can build that. And then we'll just put you on here in case, and then we'll just see whether there's actually power gets out to here. Because I don't think we've got access to wind turbines just yet. Have we got this thing, which I could put out? We got a 1900s V2 windmill here, but that needs. And I've just realised that I'm running out of time on this video again. So what we'll do is we'll just have a quick run round to see if there's any problems developing around with respect to. Wow, this guy's already laid the track out to here. I think for the moment we're what have you picked up now? Okay. Oh wow, they're already getting on with the job. That's good. We'll just leave them to it actually for the moment. What I do want to do is just make sure we're not running short on liquid fertilizer. Still got fuel in Eastleigh, so that's good. We've now got our livestock farm. What I will do, there's no point putting livestock in here until we've rebuilt all this. So I think what we'll do, where's the groundworks crew? Where are you? We're going to get you on that. Another broken vehicle. Where's that? Okay. Right. I'm going to fix this off camera because obviously we've got a bit of a persistent problem here with respect to broken down vehicles. It's probably because we're not really, the maintenance here now isn't particularly up to task. It's probably got problems. Yep, no resources, no plastic, electronics. So it's probably looks like it's got a problem with wood delivery. I'll sort that out off camera. So what I'm going to do, guys, is, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.